Welcome to Herdley, where books turn into 3 stories, refreshing your knowledge in minutes. Today we study together the book, The Shortest History of Economics, A Comprehensive Journey Through Time, Technology, and Trade, by Andrew Leigh, in which we probe into how economic forces have shaped world history, from prehistoric times to the present, through technological innovations, market failures, and the continuous quest for prosperity. Andrew Leigh is the Assistant Minister for Competition, Charities, Treasury and Employment, and federal member for Fenner in the Australian Parliament. Don't go away. Herdley the editor will be right back with the story. Today, I want to share with you 3 intriguing stories that illustrate how economic forces have fundamentally shaped the course of history. We'll start with the evolution of artificial lighting and how it symbolizes the progress of human productivity. Then, we'll explore the effects of a deadly pandemic on the socio-economic structure of medieval Europe. Finally, we'll examine how the invention of the standardized shipping container transformed global trade. Each of these stories offers a unique lens through which to understand the development of our world economy. 1. From Candles to Light Bulbs, A Journey Through Time. Let me take you back to a time when the simple act of lighting a room was an immense task. In prehistoric times, artificial light came solely from wood fires. Imagine our ancestors needing to forage for nearly 60 hours to produce enough wood to match the light we get from a household bulb in an hour today. The progression continued, albeit slowly, with the advent of oil lamps in Babylon, which required 41 hours of labor to produce the same amount of light. Even as late as the 1700s, a typical worker had to toil for 5 hours to afford candles that could emit the same brightness. This story of light is not just about technological advances, it's a powerful symbol of human productivity. With each innovation, candles, gas lamps, and eventually the electric bulb, light became exponentially cheaper. As Andrew Leigh points out, measured in terms of artificial light, the earnings from work are 300,000 times higher today than they were in prehistoric times. The history of lighting reveals 2 fundamental drivers of economic progress: better technology and increased worker productivity. What's fascinating is how this mirrors broader economic trends. As lighting technology improved, so did the productivity of workers, who could then focus their labor on more specialized tasks. Markets allowed for the exchange of these outputs, fostering further specialization and economic growth. It's a poignant reminder of how even the most mundane aspects of life, like lighting a room, are interwoven with the grand tapestry of economic development. This story of light leads us naturally to another instance where economic forces dramatically reshaped society: the impact of the Black Death on medieval Europe. 2. The Black Death, a catalyst for economic change. The tale of the Black Death is one of the most striking examples of how a pandemic can upend an entire economic system. When the bubonic plague swept through Europe in the mid-14th century, it wiped out nearly a third of the population. Such a staggering loss of life had profound economic consequences. With a significant portion of the workforce dead, labor suddenly became scarce. As Leigh notes in his book, a scarcity of workers doubled European real wages. This shift created a ripple effect that altered the power dynamics between peasants and landowners. Land, which was once a scarce resource, became abundant, and rents declined. This newfound leverage enabled peasants to negotiate better terms and conditions, gradually dismantling the rigid feudal system that had dominated Europe for centuries. But there was more to it. The economic upheaval forced landowners to find new ways to profit from their land, leading many to shift from labor-intensive crops to those requiring less manpower, like livestock. This change in agricultural practices not only altered diets, boosting the demand for meat and beer, but also set the stage for future agricultural innovations. Moreover, the Black Death inadvertently sowed the seeds for the Renaissance, as higher wages and a more equitable distribution of wealth allowed for an unprecedented flourishing of arts and sciences. And so, from the devastation of the plague came an unexpected period of growth and creativity. This newfound economic dynamism paves the way for our next story: how a simple metal box revolutionized the way goods move across the globe. 3. The invention of the shipping container, a revolution in global trade. Fast forward to the 20th century, where another invention was about to revolutionize global trade. The standardized shipping container, a simple metal box, might not seem like much at first glance, but its impact on the world economy has been nothing short of transformative. Before its invention, goods were loaded and unloaded manually, a slow, laborious process that made international trade expensive and time-consuming. The container changed all that. Goods could now be packed efficiently, transported quickly, and unloaded with ease. This innovation drastically cut down on shipping times and costs, making it possible for companies to source materials and products from the cheapest suppliers worldwide. As Leigh explains, a typical smartphone could most accurately be labeled "made in the world." This encapsulates the essence of our global economy today, an intricate web of interdependencies facilitated by this humble container. The ripple effects were enormous. Countries could now specialize in the production of goods for which they had a comparative advantage, leading to a dramatic increase in international trade. This rise in trade fueled economic growth, lifted millions out of poverty, and created new economic powerhouses. Yet, as we've seen time and again, economic innovation is a double-edged sword. While the shipping container has spurred growth, it has also led to new challenges, such as environmental concerns and economic inequalities. And so we come full circle, from prehistoric fires to global trade routes, seeing how each leap forward carries with it both opportunities and obstacles. Bas, die. Each of these stories, lighting technology, the Black Death, and the shipping container, demonstrates a unique aspect of how economic forces have shaped our world. The evolution of artificial light symbolizes the rise of productivity and specialization. The Black Death illustrates the transformative power of pandemics, and the shipping container exemplifies the benefits and challenges of globalization. Together, they provide a lens through which we can view the continuous quest for prosperity throughout human history. As the editor of Herdley, by learning these stories, we can begin to understand the importance of adaptability in an ever-changing world and the necessity of innovating thoughtfully as we face future economic challenges. Throughout history, economic forces have acted as powerful agents of change, shaping societies and guiding the course of human development. As we explored the evolution of artificial lighting, the socioeconomic impacts of the Black Death, and the revolutionary role of the shipping container, each provide compelling evidence of how technological advancements, market dynamics, and economic policies have continuously driven prosperity and innovation. To illustrate this further, let's consider another remarkable story from the book, the rise of the Grand Canal in China. Built during the Sui dynasty and extended during the Tang dynasty, the Grand Canal was more than just a marvel of engineering. It was an economic lifeline. It connected the Yellow and Yangtze rivers, allowing for the efficient transportation of grain and other goods across vast distances. As the book notes, the canal helped spur trade between provinces, contributed to economic engagement, and fostered a cosmopolitan openness. This strategic waterway played a crucial role in shaping China's economic and cultural landscape, promoting internal trade, reducing costs, and enhancing political unity. By examining these varied historical events and innovations, we gain a deeper understanding of the complex and intertwined nature of economic forces. They reveal how advancements can lead to prosperity, but also highlight the challenges and imbalances that can arise. As the editor of Herdley, by understanding these lessons from the past, we can better navigate the complexities of today's global economy and prepare for the challenges of tomorrow with a more informed and strategic mindset.